Project 4, and I request his speech evaluator Toastmaster Avtar to read us the objective. Welcome, Avtar.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Thank you.
Today I will be evaluating CC4 how to say it for Gauri. In addition to opening body and conclusion, I would also perceive your selection of right words and sentence structure to communicate your ideas clearly, accurately and vividly. Use rhetorical devices to enhance and emphasize ideas, eliminate jargon and unnecessary words. Use correct grammar. Time for this speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Good luck.
Thank you. With that, I invite Gauri, and his speech title is Stay Sober, Stay Happy.
I am a smoker. I've been a smoker for 17 years now. I started very early in my life, in my 9th class. Became an addiction. Dictionary.com defines addiction as a practice to which a person gets psychologically and physically enslaved to. I'm a slave to smoking. I'm sure we would have at least a couple of more slaves like me in this room right now. If not to smoking, to something else.
Do you have to raise hands for that?
No, not necessary. It's just a question. We don't need to point anybody out here. Toastmaster, friends and guests, did you know that smoking is the second easiest addiction that can happen in this world to any person right now? The first one is sugar, by the way, in case anybody's thinking. Like I said, I started smoking in my 9th class. It became an addiction. Me and my friends, we used to go down to the loneliest lanes to try and get a drag. I'll quote you a couple of examples where I had an exhilarating experience on smoking. During college times, me and my friends, we used to bunk classes. We used to do group study. The group study used to happen just opposite the college in a huge park. There, we used to solve accountancy questions. And I'm sorry, I'm missing my pen out here. I'll use this as a pen, for example. Imagine having a pen in one hand, solving academic questions, and a cigarette in another. It was an experience I cannot explain. There are more. So there have been times that me and my friends, we used to have these night stays together, and we ran out of stock. And we found out that we just have this one cigarette left. And there were like 10 people vying for it, and everybody was like, give it to me. You have just had more than enough time. Give it to me. Those experiences cannot be taken away. And then, of course, we should not get caught in our house having smoked a cigarette. So half of the money, and we didn't have any money, half of the money of it used to go on masala. Pan masala, halls, wigs, something like that, just to cover off. You know why. The positive or the amazing times ahead, these are not positive, I apologize, but the amazing times aside, I've tried to quit a lot many times. Believe me, I have. But I've been a slave, and this master of mine, the cigarette, does not allow me. It cracks the whip at me and gets me back with some kind of excuse or anything. And I'll share some of the excuses we smokers have. Too much stress at office or family. Let's go for a smoke. Why? Smoking relieves stress. Drinking alcohol. Smoking without smoking. Drinking is not complete. Let's have a smoke. hanging out with friends. We are waiting for one friend. Let's have a smoke. There are many more. The best one I have, and you have to really be with me on this one. Wake up early morning and you have to go to the loo. You need a smoke. Come on, Bushra, it's nothing to be ashamed or embarrassed of. Having watched Piku, the movie, it's become common now. On a serious side, quitting smoking is the toughest job a person can do. Smoking gets into your inner self. It gnaws you, it tingles you, it tickles you at the unimaginable places which only a smoker can understand. A lot of people wanted me to quit smoking. My father, my mother, none more important than my wife. She asked me to quit smoking. I could not. She asked me to control my smoking. I could not. She asked me to maintain a decent number, 3 to 4. I could not. I had to hide the truth from her. I am ashamed of it. And she's ashamed of me because I don't have the willpower. Friends, one fine day, I decided that's it. It's not too far behind, not many years behind, it's just 27 days before I quit. I quit smoking for no reason at all. I quit smoking and I found out you don't need to have a reason. I just quit. The pursuit of quitting found its mark for me 27 days ago. I feel exhilarated. A wise man once said, when asked by someone, what is it right or wrong to smoke? He simply said, it's stupid to smoke. I'm going to use some cover names here. I got my sense, before I use the cover names, I got my sense of smell back. I got my lungs working towards a full capacity right now. I can smell food, which I could not. And I may be able to do many more things which I cannot say because of lack of time. I want to finish off by calling upon my friends, whose cover names is Kaushik, who we call as Tyagi, President, Hira, Sugar, Lala, Muneem. I quit alone. I've been alone here in Hyderabad. I do not have the support of my family, my wife, my friends, that is you. I have quit. I ask you to quit for me, for yourself. You have my support. Thank you.
I'll say all the best, Gauri, and do remove that last cigarette in your pocket before you feel that, okay, that's a lonely one. Okay, with that, I'll invite our fourth speaker today. And when I asked him his life lessons, he told me, if you speak, you're only speaking about something you already know. But if you listen, there is an opportunity to learn something new. So, our today's fourth speaker is attempting his project fifth, and I'll invite his evaluator Khusra to read the objectives.
The objectives of the CC5 are: use stance, movement, gestures, facial expressions and eye contact to express your message and achieve your speech's purpose. Make your body language smooth and natural. You have time limit of 5 to 7 minutes. All the best.
Thank you, Khusra. With that, I'll invite Pradeep, and his speech title is, it's not who you are that holds you back, it's who you think you are not. Welcome.
Can I ask all of you, excluding the cameraman here, to stand up for a while? And now, you just do what I do. You take your right hand, right arm, straight, and then you change the hand in a shape of a gun. And now all of you have to focus on a target that is placed here. And you choose your target. You see 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, all of you. And I give you 10 to 15 seconds to focus. To focus on the number that you want. To focus and make sure your body is stiff, you are not shivering. And when I say, you're making a sound of a dishum and see whether you have hit your target. But you're still focusing. Please continue to focus. Should. Please take your seats. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests, good afternoon / good evening. What was your experience? What are the difficulties that you faced when I asked you to stand up and be focused and shoot at your target? Volunteers?
I was not able to answer.
Sorry?
I was not able to concentrate. I was getting deviated.
Okay.
I did everything perfect.
You did everything perfect.
10 out of 10.
I couldn't read the numbers.
I hit the 10.
So what do you think a shooter will go through? What will be the challenges? One, the shooter has to have a very good eyesight to shoot at a range. The shooter has to have a lot of confidence and physical power to stand straight and focus and not shiver a bit, because if you shiver, you miss your target. I'm going to show you a face of a old woman here. She resembles like my grandmother. I think you can also relate to one of your grandmothers or someone in your village. And then I'll show you this. Have you imagined that that grand lady that you saw would be taking 1,200 euros worth of a pistol and shoot? I'm talking about Chandro Tomar. Chandro Tomar comes from a village called Johri in Batpat Taluk in Uttar Pradesh. Johri village is very famous for a coach that was he was available in 1989, and he started a shooting range in that village. In Uttar Pradesh, shooting is not considered to be a sport. It is considered to be a life skill. Guns are used to stop an argument. Guns are used to save lives. Guns are used for the opposite thing also. So, how did Chandro Tomar begin her shooting journey? So one day, Tomar's granddaughter asked Tomar, can you come with me for the shooting range? I feel very frightened when I walk in the road because women's safety is not very good in Uttar Pradesh. So Tomar accompanied her granddaughter. She went to the shooting range, and when Tomar saw a loaded pistol, out of curiosity, she took the gun and she started shooting. And believe me, the target hit 10. And the coach was so surprised that he asked Tomar to shoot again. She was even better. So that's when the coach suggested that Tomar starts her shooting journey and the practice. Though initially the villagers even Tomar's husband laughed. She got a lot of encouragement from her son who was serving in the army then. Influenced and inspired by Tomar's Devyani, I think it's sister-in-law, is it Devyani or Devrani, sorry. She also joined Tomar in her shooting journey, and today Tomar family, that is Chandra Tomar and Parkaso Tomar, have won more than 70 national championships. She is now 78 years old, Chandra Tomar, and she is the eldest sharpshooter in world. Friends, age has no limits. It could be your mother, it could be your grandfather, or it could be a very elderly woman in your neighborhood. Don't look down on them because they have got wrinkles on the face. Don't look down on them because they can't walk as fast as you could do. Don't look down on them because they are aged. They are not of any use. Remember, you could be there one day and you will be, and you don't know what you go through when you get there. Over to you, Toastmaster.
And with that, minute for feedback. Please
As
fill
you're-
your feedback.
As you are giving the feedback, I'll just show the medals Chandra Tomar has got, and you can see a cow there. So you can imagine she is a typical villager woman, and you can also see another picture of Chandra Tomar and Parkaso Tomar wearing a fancy glass and holding their expensive guns in their hands.
She was a Renault shipper? She was a Renault shipper?
Rifle, pistol, both.
With that, we finish our second section and we'll move to our third section, that is table topic. And then I'll invite Kiranmai for the table, who is the table topic master for the day. Kiran.
So, in the interest of time, we will make it quick. Here, you are judged on your impromptu speeches. I request anyone to come and pick a check, and whatever is there in it, you need to speak for the timings which Pradeep has mentioned earlier. It is minimum 1 minute and max it can go to 2 minutes 30 seconds. So, I request any volunteer to come and pick a check. And you can expect this to be hard. Just kidding. Come.
You wrote this?
I
Which
said
one is the
it is-
easiest?
I can't pick out. Anyway, because we are taking only two, you can pick it one more if you're not comfortable. I'll give you that choice.
What if the next one is harder?
You never know.
You have to speak out.
Okay, I'll go with this one. So this is my first day. I've heard about Toastmaster before, and I haven't started yet, so don't count the time right now. My name is Vishal. I joined FTI a week back, and I came here with Samarth. I'm very bad at impromptu speaking, so adjust, okay? So my topic is life is a succession of lessons that which must be lived to be understood. Shall I read it again? Life is a succession of lessons which must be lived to be understood. Okay? It's tough. Huh?
Absolutely. Going there and doing it is very
So when I was looking at that topic today, and I was sitting there and thinking, what if they You know, they call me and say, talk about your life lessons. And I was thinking, which one should I tell? Because I don't think I have something that actually can, you know, okay, this is what happened with me and this is what I learned. So I was thinking, what if I have been called and shall I start from my, so 1 minute is over. I just started. Okay, so what I feel about this is I have done a lot of mistakes in my life, loads of them. And every time the next morning when I wake up, I think I have learned something. But there have been situations when I go and do the same mistakes again, with a less severity, of course. So I always think that if you suddenly stop doing something, it's not actually how you learn things, you know. It is a continuous process, and the more you go on with your life, the more you understand which might have been wrong tomorrow might be right, which might have been wrong yesterday might be right tomorrow. So it is an evolutionary thing that keeps on going with you, and it is never absolute. It's always relative to situations and people and circumstances that you go through. That's it. Thank you so much.
Now we are scared.
Anyway, I think you picked the toughest one.
Second.
Next volunteer.
Hello, Toastmasters and friends. My topic is, it's fine to celebrate success, but it is more important to heed the lessons of failure. Yeah, it is always good to enjoy the success, but we should also learn from our failures. So it is said that failures are the stepping stones of success. In my life also, I had many failures, and I had overcome those failures. Like for example, when I am pursuing my MBA, my father used to say to me that you look like a marketing guy, so you wear that bag and go to the college, so you'll get a marketing job, so you're not fit for the MNC job. So then I thought for myself, and I joined the communication course in the Osmania University, and I had overcome my fear of speaking, the communication skills. I improved in my communication skills. And before that, when I was in degree, I failed in all the interviews, the campus placements, whichever came. I failed in all the interviews. Then after joining the communication course in Osmania University, I had overcome, and then through a consultancy, I came to the Franklin Templeton in the year 2006. So, and I am enjoying my success of overcoming my failures. This gives me the pursuit of happiness.
Thank you, Kiran. These were really nice topics. So we are done with our prepared speech and table topic session, and we'll start with our evaluation section.
Before that, can we do voting?